Jeff, a tremendous shooting performance tonight, and you know, we've seen your star player Brianna Gaskovich for 4 years do what a lot of your players did tonight, but we were stunned by how good the other girls stepped up tonight when Bree got in foul trouble.
No, you know what? I think we're a pretty good team. We have 4 people consistently on a given night that score in double digits. You know, we obviously rely on Brianna so much, and she's a phenomenal kid, but if Rachel gets her feet set, it's going down the well. She's the best three-point shooter I've ever coached.
In a game like this, when people pick up the box score and see 11 threes made, it's going to send some shockwaves in terms of where you're at right now at this time of the season. If you can knock down 11 in a game like this.
Yeah, we've made about 10 or 11 before. We knew that zone was coming. We've been working on it. You know, and like I said, I got the best three-point shooter around, so she can shoot. And then with Bree and Alicia being able to control and get into the gaps, it makes it a little easier. She gets her feet set, and it goes in.
Jeff, this game sure had a strange flow to it. Carly Mowens gets into foul trouble. They take the lead. Brianna Gaskovich gets in foul trouble. You take the lead. How do you explain that?
I have no idea. Brianna, I love her to death, but sometimes she wants to be an assistant coach. She doesn't want to play. She'd rather sit by me. It drives me absolutely bonkers. But it was interesting. Without Carly, they dug in a little bit, and then without Bree, I thought Alicia really sort of stepped it up a little bit and played really well that time. We have a nice bench where they know their roles, and they just do just enough for us to be successful.
And the highlight of the game came right in front of us here. Rachel Atchison loads up from three-point range with Heller in her face. Heller had a monster game for Brodhead tonight. Nails the three-pointer and gets fouled and completes the 4-point play.
No, she does that a lot, where she shoots it, her feet come out a little bit, she takes the fall down. The refs sometimes give it to her, sometimes not. And I was just happy it went in, and the look on her face was like Christmas Day. So
it feels pretty good to win this one, but when both teams walk out of here, there's still a lot of work left to get where you want to go.
You know what? Obviously, we have a goal to win the conference, but we also have a goal to get a little bit in the tournament. Brodhead's a phenomenal team. They're going to go a long way in the tournament, I think. You know, and this is a great indicator maybe where we're at too.
And do we read the brackets right? If you were to meet again, it would be state finals?
You know what? If that's, I think it would be actually if we made the state finals. And if I'll play them, the Bucks, anybody if they want to make the state finals.
All right, Jeff Brown. We're going to ask you first about your three-pointer right about 5 steps away here with someone in your face. Not only did you knock it down, you get fouled. Take us through that. What did you see there?
I was open and I just let it rip, and I thought, what the heck, I was hot over there, so why not shoot it at? And then it went in and I was hooked.
Did you feel you needed to finish the 4-point play to make that the highlight reel thing it was?
If I didn't make the 3, that would have been really hooked, because that's the fun of it. It makes that
Even before that great play, you and Alicia and a lot of the girls stepped up when Bree got her 4th foul. Tell us what goes through your mind when your leader is on the bench in foul trouble.
When Bree's out, we know that we have to pick it up and score and get her points for us, not only ours but hers as well. So we just have to step it up when she's not there.
We've said it about a dozen times here. This game doesn't get anybody anywhere except better. And win or lose, you come out on the losing end tonight. What did you get better at, and what has to happen from here on out? What did you learn about your team tonight?
I don't know if we got better tonight, but we learned some things, and you know, like I told the girls, there's not a lot to complain about. You know, you got to give East Troy credit. They made some shots down the stretch. I mean, we frickin' were all over Atchison there in the corner, and she still made it. You know, so you got to give her credit. She's a heck of a shooter. But we had to take some chances there in the end, and we kind of extended our defense a little bit. But you know, I think we settled a little bit in that 3rd quarter. I thought we could have got to the basket more in the 3rd, and I thought we settled a little bit. But other than that, you know, I thought we played all right. You know, and East Troy is obviously a very good team, and like we talked about pregame, this was just a great game to have. You know, conference-wise, doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. Seating-wise, it doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. And we got to play in a great atmosphere, and we got tested, and we needed to have that. And, to get tested and not really hurt conference-wise, you know, it is what it is, and you got to give East Troy a lot of credit. They're a good team.
You talked about trying to get it to the rim, and I know Taylor Douglas really tried to do that in the 3rd quarter, and just overlay after overlay. How do you correct that? What do you tell a young lady like that who's really pouring it all out there and doing what you need her to do?
Yeah, I don't know if we tell her anything, because I think if you talk too much about it, you're focusing on it too much, and now she's thinking about it, where she just got to keep getting to the rim. You know, and she didn't do anything wrong. She got to the rim, and they didn't fall. You know, and we work on those in practice where we're finishing with contact, and we're just going to keep doing that. We're not going to change anything just because we missed some layups tonight. And free throw line was probably another thing we left some things on the table with. I think we were 8 for 18 or something like that. And usually we're a little bit better than that. In a game like this versus a good team, they're going to take advantage of that, and that's what they did.
By the same token, Carly Moans in the fourth quarter, a couple of nice drives. We see why she's getting the high, the Division I interest she is. At the same time, in a matchup like this, you'd like to see her do most of her damage inside. I'm not sure she did as much as you had hoped tonight, but do you change anything in a game like this, down the road if you were to meet again, and do you start to unleash her more from a wing trying to penetrate?
Again, I think Carly said a little bit too. I think there was times she could have got to the rim more, and she deferred and passed it out where I thought she had a girl beat, and she wasn't afraid, or she was afraid to kind of go to the basket a little bit, and she didn't get to play a ton in the first half either. But going back on that, you go up one and one of your better players has sat on the bench most of the first half. You feel pretty good, but with Carly, we can get her inside, we can move her outside. Tonight, I just thought we had a little bit more of an advantage bringing her out. But again, I don't think we were as aggressive going to the rim as we could have been.
The benefactor of perhaps some of that was the fact that Rachel Heller had a monster game. And, we all know what Carly Moans and Taylor Douglas can do, but if you're going to go anywhere in this postseason, a number 3 scorer wouldn't hurt. And Rachel Heller really seemed, if you could bottle this and sell it for the rest of the season, I think you'll be a better team because of it.
She's been tremendous for us all year, and she obviously benefits having Taylor and Carly on the floor, but she wants to compete. You can't, I have no complaints about what Rachel does for us. There's nights that maybe she doesn't shoot the ball as well, but she absolutely competes, and she did that tonight. And she obviously we didn't want to lose, but she was out there and she busted it, and she worked hard, and she came out and hit a couple of threes for us, and you love that kid. You absolutely do, because she'll do anything for you and she'll do anything for the team. So. Well,
as we talked to Brownie about, there was a weird flow to this game. You get the lead with Moans on the bench. They grab the lead and then some with Gasprovich on the bench, and then you talked about the play of the game. I think Atchison was close enough to say a few words into our microphones, and she knocks down that 3 and completes the 4-point play, and just one of those nights. And that wasn't really a shot that fell. 11 3-pointers for them tonight. Yep. You get a girls team making 11 3-pointers, Brad, you know exactly where they're going.
They shot the ball very well, and for some reason, I don't think they shoot the ball as well against anybody else, but for some reason against us, they don't miss. A good team, and like I said, it just goes back to playing a great game, a great team, and it just gets us ready for the tournament.
Well, I don't think this changed anything in the seeding meeting on Sunday. We would expect to see both East Troy, Brodhead next to that #1 sign in the respective regionals, and if we can call this game at the Rest Center in Green Bay, we'd like to do it, but a lot has to happen, and Brad, we'll wish you the best of luck. Charlie, a tough ball game, a tournament-like atmosphere. We talked with your coach, Brad Pickett. Nobody does anything but get better from this type of game. What did you learn out there tonight?
We just learned a lot as a team to stick together, and after they make a few, you just gotta come back and not worry about that and play our ball. And we had some missed bunnies and stuff that we could have got, but we just gotta learn from that and move on.
Missed bunnies, missed free throws. Eventually, those kind of things catch up to you. The fact that it catches up to you in a big game like this, but it doesn't end your season, it doesn't cost you to trip to the next level. How big is that to learn from that?
It's huge. It's a big learning experience from that, because you can't take it back. You just got to learn from it. That's all you can do.
And those were 2 of the negatives in this game. One of the positives was the fact that you got in foul trouble in the first half. Your teammates step up around you. You take a lead into halftime. That had to feel pretty good sitting there on the bench looking at it.
Yeah, it just shows how well-rounded and deep our team is. I mean, our team is very good outside just me. I mean, everybody's really good. That's what's great about our team.
When you came back in the third quarter, what did you want to do? How did you figure you'd be able to extend the lead? And how amazed were you that they did the same thing in the second half that your team did in the first, and rally around Gasprovich when she went out with 4?
I don't know. We just had to really stay together as a team, because once they have such good 3-pointers and everything, 3-point shooters, and I just really think that if we would have stuck together and stopped them as much as they did, then we would have had it.
Anything that you learned personally in a game like this? I mean, obviously you want to involve everybody. You got to know when to take over, when to be the consummate team player. Would you have done anything differently in terms of that takeover process? Because it looked like in the fourth quarter when you got the ball in your hands, it was going one place, and that was to the hoop.
Yeah, you just want to take over. Once you're down, you just want to get out there and just take over everything. But I guess you have to have that mentality the whole game. And you can't just do it the fourth quarter, and so you just got to play the whole game.
Was it a fun game?
Yeah, it was fun.
Outstanding. That's what matters most.